Are you more afraid of failure or success? We've all been asked this question before in our lives, at least I know I definitely have, and am I the only one that every single time someone asks me this, I go, are you kidding me? Obviously, I'm afraid of failure. Who could ever be afraid of success? I didn't get it. I didn't understand how someone could be afraid to get what they want until I realized last week. Wait. I really am. Chances are you could be too. You see, success is such a small word. When we think of the word success, we think of desire. We think of a very specific small thing. And who could ever be afraid of what they desire? In reality, what it means to become successful is to become a whole new person, capable of holding that success completely within your power. And we're not afraid of that power. We're afraid of what it costs us to get it. Well, hello out there in the big wide world. My name is Jen Carmiel. I am a painter and an artist. I've recently been doing a lot of watercolor. So if you love cozy, cute watercolor, definitely visit my shop. I have a lot of really cute originals and prints available to be mailed directly to your door. I also started a monthly membership club where I will mail you cute little things each month. So whether that's a postcard, prints, stickers, you'll receive a little happy little bundle from me for the price of a cup of coffee. It's a great way to support my endeavors and dreams as an artist. So if you are interested in watching me walk down the little art world path, have a cup of coffee with me and I will send you some artwork. In any case, I wanted to tell you a story today of how I realized, geez, I really am afraid of success. If videos like this are your vibe, please do hit the like button and subscribe to see more videos just like this one. So let's start from the beginning. 7 months ago, I quit my 9-to-5. It was a career I stumbled into kind of accidentally, but that I was really good at. And at the time, I saw myself spending years and years and years in that field, particularly because I was good at it and it gave me revenue to support myself, my life, whatever. Long story short, that job ended up turning into a dumpster fire, super toxic, and I left it behind, not only for the toxicity, but because I wanted something else for my life. I wanted to be an artist, and I couldn't have it both ways, you know? I can't spend 40 hours a week answering phones and emails about people's silly little problems and create an art empire, right? And so in February of 2024, at this point in time, I think it's February, March, April, May, June, July, August. At this point in time, 7 months ago now, stuff hit the fan. My work environment became more toxic than bearable. And coincidentally, I had the burning desire in the back of my mind to be an artist. And so I decided to kill two birds with one stone. I quit my job and I told everyone I was pursuing my art career. I said to myself, I have a lot of savings built up and I'm sure I will be able to make this work if I just do the work and show up. I spent 4 full months building the foundation that would become my new art business. In other words, I took a step towards the thing I had been desiring since I was 16 years old, standing on a street corner in Ocala, Florida, with my art at an art market. And people would come up and they would ask me, what do you want to do with your life? And I would tell them, I want to be an artist. Artists exist. Others do it. I can too. Man, did 16-year-old me have some wisdom, some passion, some spirit in her. Anyway, the point is, I was finally in a position that I had been wanting to be in for a decade. I had dreamed of this moment my entire life. I finally had 24 hours of every single day to paint and show up for my art business. So it's the only thing I'd ever wanted to have. And the most unexpected thing in the world happened. I was paralyzed by fear. Here I was with opportunity as far as the eye could see, and I couldn't act. I spent nearly every single day waking up in a panic. My poor boyfriend, I would go to him and be like, I don't know what I'm doing. What am I doing? Help, I'm scared. And he'd be like, Jennifer, it's okay. I got you. But I had one thought swirling around in my head. What if it doesn't work out? I was afraid of success. And you might say, wait, but isn't being afraid something might not work out? Isn't that fear of failure? No, my sweet summer child. Let me break it down for you. Here is exactly what it means to be afraid of success, how I felt it, and how I'm moving past it. The problem with the word success is that it is so narrow. When we think of that word, we think of desire. And who could be afraid of desire? The truth is, success is so much more than the thing that we desire. It's not the desire that we fear, it is what it will cost us to get it. In order to get it, we have to let go of a lot that's currently in our life. We have to become a different person with different habits, with different beliefs, and to let go of everything that we are now, that is so hard. It feels so difficult because the person I am today got me through so much hardship. But in order to move past this stuck feeling I'm in right now, I have to let go of all of these limiting beliefs that kept me safe and got me here, that keep me comfortable. I have to let go of that, and it feels like a death. It feels like a loss. And if you don't recognize those thoughts that happen in your head when you're walking towards what you want, those thoughts that limit you, then you will not be able to move past it. You'll stay stuck in a cycle. Here is what it looked like for me. Here are my limiting beliefs. In other words, the fear that I experienced around my desire. I desired to be an artist. I wanted to paint and to sell my paintings. I no longer wanted office life. I no longer wanted to report to toxic managers and bosses and deal with petty office drama. I wanted to be free from all of that. I wanted my art to get me there. And yet for 4 months, I was doing solely that. And I was not happy. I was positively, absolutely, and completely consumed by fear. And what's more is I was seriously dedicating myself to this desire that I had. I had booked several art business coaching calls, several art markets, exhibition spaces. I was doing the work. I was showing up every day to do this work, and I was still consumed by fear. And when I started booking these coaching calls saying, please help me, what am I doing wrong? I don't know how to move forward from here. I talked to several different coaches that I could find online, and they confirmed something for me. They looked at my Instagram and my website and they said, you definitely have the skills to succeed, and you can edit well, you appear like you're comfortable in front of camera. I don't see why we can't get you to your goal. And after that call where all those things were confirmed for me, I couldn't help but say, then what is it? What is it that's holding me back if I have the skills? Which I believe I do have those skills. So what is holding me back is what I ask myself. Long story short, I did a lot of internal work. I discovered a more spiritual side to myself along this journey. A side that's interested in meditation, manifestation, and self-concept work. Self-concept means the way that you view yourself. How do you talk to yourself? How do you show up in the world as yourself? How do you interact with others? And how do your beliefs shape your interactions and shape your reality? And I realized that I am afraid of success, but not in the way that I expected. Here are just a few things that I was afraid of. I was afraid of being seen, particularly by friends and family. I was afraid of what people would say about what I was doing. I was afraid to call local businesses and ask them if they wanted to hang up my work. I was afraid of setting up my online shop, afraid of learning new things and of that feeling, of it feeling so hard to learn those new things, to feel like I was doing it alone and with very little guidance and support. I was afraid of asking for sales. More than anything, I feel like I felt afraid of how to answer the question, what do you do for a living? Because you're in the messy middle. You're in this area where it's like, I have a little silly day job I could tell you that I do, but it's not what I want to talk about. What I actually want to talk about is my artwork. And whenever you say you're an artist, that inevitably brings in the conversation of, oh, do you actually make money? It's a whole thing. And when I actually sat down and broke down those limiting beliefs, wrote them out that way, I thought to myself, what kind of artist cares about what they think? What kind of artist who is in the position I want to be one day, how many of them are afraid of asking for sales? How could I let that get in my way? How could I let that hold me back? That feeling of discomfort and anxiety around starting this new thing. I can't allow that feeling to get in the way of me achieving my desire, because your desire won't go away. Your desire will sit there dormant, numbing you, saying, hey, knock, 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 please let me in. This is what I want. And if you do not let yourself get out of your own way and just walk forward, girl, you're gonna be so miserable. That's just not a life you want to live. And I realized, if I truly want what I say I want, this is part of it. You have a choice to accept the unwelcome pieces of your picture of success, or you can let go of your desire. Which one's it gonna be? Which one? It's not gonna be the letting go of desire, I'll tell you that much. You see, the reason you feel this desire is because a future version of you already has it, and it is calling you home. When you feel the fear around the action steps for these things you need to achieve, that you want to achieve, that you desire for yourself, that fear is not an indicator to stop. It feels like that to your body because it's like, oh, scary, what do I do now? Instead, fear is like a roadmap that shows you the path. These are the pieces of yourself that require adjustment to get you to who you need to become. Because when it comes to achieving that thing that you desire, it's less about that thing and more about you becoming the person who has it. It's just natural that it comes to you once you're that person, but really you're working on yourself, the way that you behave and interact in the world. And when you can notice those thoughts that pop up in your head, those limiting beliefs that say, marketing is icky, I don't like it, I don't want to be seen, what are people gonna say? All those kinds of things that pop up, instead of allowing that thought to sit in the driver's seat of your mind's car, you have to recognize it as a backseat driver. You have to say, so when I'm marketing on Instagram and I hear a backseat driver go, marketing is icky, I don't like this, I say, interesting perspective. Thanks for that input. I'm gonna keep driving. Because if you think about jobs in general, there's always gonna be parts to this job that you don't entirely like. And the thing about living in a daydream is you can daydream about only the parts you like about that job. But if you actually wanna achieve it, you have to recognize the full picture and you have to say, do I want the unwelcome parts? Is that okay with me? Because when I think about becoming that artist that I know that I can be, it is less about waiting for the external world and these circumstances to confirm that I am that. And it's more about showing up as that version of yourself each day. And it's also letting go of the version of myself that isn't that. Because the version of me that's afraid to be seen, that's afraid to market myself, that's afraid of what people are going to say about me when I show up as the artist that I am, that is not someone that confidently converts artwork into sales. That is a version of me that sits compliantly at a desk. That is the version of me that fits exactly where I am now. And that version of me is not the artist that I know that I can be 10 years from now. And when I feel the desire, that is a calling of home. And after this whole experience of realizing that my fear of success is holding me back, because if you imagine it like a pie chart, this like 80% is the desire that I feel, that feeling is very easy to have. Did I say 80? I think the other one is 20. But it's the other side of the pie chart. That is the fear that holds you back from actually achieving it. There's a couple audiobooks that I've read this week. One is Untamed, the other is Soundtracks by John and Cuff, and I'll put them up on the screen here. So if you're resonating with what I'm saying here, I really do think that you should check out these audiobooks because they are crazy helpful. If you're feeling like your desire is blocked, like you're constantly limited in what you believe you can achieve or what you believe that you should go for, it talks about breaking down systems, then I highly recommend Untamed. If you are someone who gets caught up in your head with overthinking a lot, like a little old me, I highly recommend Soundtracks by John Acuff. Anyway, I think that is enough rambling for today. I just wanted to share that perspective because it is something I'm working through right now, and when I had that thought last week, I was like, oh, I'm gonna have to make a little video about it. So yeah, as always, any amount of time you spend here on this channel with little old me is so cool, so amazing. These videos make me so happy, so you being on my channel makes me happy. It's me and you, we're friends now, cool. It really is a gift, and this humble artist says thank you.